Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel. This is Glossy Philosophy. My name is Jansen Bidman and today we are talking a 3 Ways Wednesday. Today is all about the style of prep, especially Argyle, stripes, and of course sweater vests. So today we're really focusing on sweater vests. Whether you have an Argyle one, a striped one, any kind of sweater vest that you can bring into fall. It has a little bit more weight to it, maybe a little bit of texture. This is what we are talking about. So the collegiate, the prep style is always very popular in September because school begins again. And even though as we grow up we might not attend school, we might not be teachers or professors, there is something about September and fall and October that just feels like we want to go back to those school day vibes. So how do we do that in a grown-up way? I have 3 ways to morph this sweater vest into a more adult version. So let's get started with the outfits. Outfit number 1 is the one that I'm wearing, and we have a couple different trends going on, which is really fun, but it's also the most versatile one. So we have a dark denim with patch pockets, which is very 1970s, going along with an Argyle vest. And I've paired it with these Schutz Bootie in black, and I think that that really grows up this outfit. If you put it with sneakers, it makes it a little bit more casual, even a little bit more youthful, which is really, really fun. I would definitely go with a platform sneaker with a flare because I think it just works with the leg opening a little bit nicer. If you go with a straight denim, then you can kind of play around with your shoe a little bit more. Or you can go opposite, which is what I did with the Bootie, and I went with a really stiletto kind of a heel. And I think that that is a really fun way to modernize a 70s inspired school outfit. So how can we take this into the office or maybe into cooler fall? Because even though it's the beginning of October, temperatures are maybe starting to dip a little bit. Just grab some kind of a black jacket. Now this could be a moto jacket, it could be a varsity jacket, it could be faux leather, it could be real leather, it could be lots and lots of different things. This one is from Evereve. It's in a cotton weave, and I really like it for layering, especially because this vest actually has quite a bit of weight to it, and it does have an acrylic weave in there, which means it's not breathable, which is great as the weather continues to drop, and because it's on the core of my body, it's going to keep me very warm. But I feel the cold on my arms, so I always like to have a jacket. And I think this one, which is kind of a camp style with the big, big pockets, I think that plays in really, really nicely with the pockets on the denim, and also just pulls this whole outfit together without getting too costumey. So where are we wearing this? Again, you're wearing it to run around, you're wearing it on Fridays for Casual Friday, or anytime when you can wear darker denim, and you're just kind of playing with proportions and playing with decades to modernize it. So outfit 2, how do we add a little bit more edge to this outfit? So we take off the jacket, we switch out the dark denim for a coated denim. Now last year I felt like everybody was doing faux leather pants, which are still really, really popular, but have you tried coated denim? So if you don't like the noise when you walk in faux leather pants, or you don't like the care of faux leather or the breathability or non-breathability of faux leather, then I would definitely try a coated pair of denim or just pants in general. It's a really fun way to play into that faux leather because it kind of gives that look of the faux leather without the super shininess of faux leather, and it also has a little bit more movement and a little bit more breathability. These are the Meg Wide Leg coated denim in a chocolatey brown. So even though we're not wearing chocolate in the vest, when you pair it together, it pulls that caramel color that's in the vest and plays really, really nicely. Because it's a wide leg, you can really play with your shoe. And because it has a raw hem, you can also decide where you want that cut. Make sure you take it into a tailor. Last year, I cut my own raw hem and I did a terrible job and I basically ruined my pants. So if you are not a seamstress or you don't feel comfortable getting that straight line, just bring it in somewhere and have them cut it for you, or you can also just finish the hem too. If that raw hem bothers you for whatever reason, that is also totally fine because you still get the same silhouette. You don't get quite as much edginess, but you get enough. I think this is one of the biggest questions is what kind of shoes do you pair with a wide leg denim, coated or not? And for me and my proportions, I'm 5'7". I'm usually a size 4 in pants. I feel like I like to see as much skin as possible on the foot just to continue that length. And because it's a wider leg, that's taking up a lot of visual space, even if it is in a dark color. This vest is kind of boxy as well. We have a lot of masculinity going on with the colors and the fits. So I like to add a little bit of femininity in there. So I'm going to grab something from Dolce Vita or any kind of sandal just to show off a little bit more of my foot. As the weather continues to get colder, then I will switch into more of a shorter boot style, but I'm going to try to grab something that is very feminine because otherwise it's going to feel a little bit too masculine. You'll notice in the modeling shots that I am not wearing this all by itself. However, you absolutely could. If it is warm where you are living, then wearing the coated denim with this vest without any shirt on underneath is totally fine because everything is covered up. It's not too low. Nothing is showing on the sides. However, if you feel like you need a little bit more coverage or as the weather continues to get colder, grab your white button-down shirt and just pop that collar and it looks really professional, really chic, and really fun, especially if your white button-down isn't too boxy as well. This one is from Cloth & Stone, so it's super, super soft. I do have another super long one from Sanctuary, but that felt way too long, especially with the proportions of the wide leg pants. So just make sure that you have like a regular size and maybe a longer one for skirts if you're going to wear that in the winter. Outfit 3 is definitely inspired by a school uniform, but a more grown-up version. So how do we grow up a school uniform? We are going to grab a skirt without pleats. If you go pleats, it's going to look a little bit costumey and definitely take you back to those school uniform days. I grabbed a patch pocket skirt from LOFT, and so again, we're playing with that patch pocket 70s vibe. We have a really nice kind of A-line shift style skirt going on. Nothing else is happening here, so the star of the show is still the vest, which is really, really nice. I'm placing it with a Dolce Vita bootie, which is beautiful and adds a little bit of an edge and definitely a little bit of a grown-up style. And then of course wearing my white shirt on underneath. I've chosen to keep it untucked because that felt a little bit more undone, a little bit less fussy. I feel like the modern aesthetic right now is definitely that undone, like something has to be undone. It can't be quite so contained. So I feel like when you untuck your shirt and let the shirt tails hang out a little bit, as long as it works with your proportions and the proportions of everything else you're wearing, I think that's a really fun way to modernize how maybe you've worn your button-down shirts underneath vests before. Shoes are key here with this last outfit because if you go with something like a flat, a sneaker, a ballet shoe, it's going to be very, very sweet. If you go with something like the Dolce Vita boot, it gives you a little bit of that edge, and I think it plays really nicely against that school uniform vibe that's going on. So I wouldn't do that knee-high boot here. That feels very charactery to me. A shorter boot works really nicely and it shows off a little bit more of your leg because once again we kind of have boxiness happening not only in the skirt but also in the vest. So it's nice to show your legs a little bit more in this outfit. So those are your 3 ways to wear a sweater vest. Thank you guys so much for watching this 3 Ways Wednesday. I hope it inspired you to go back into your closet and mix and match things that you already have and see if you can recreate some of these outfits with your personal twist. I do fashion videos every Wednesday, beauty videos every Friday. Make sure you're following me on Instagram and watching the shorts, and I will see you very soon in the next video. Bye!